What should you do with your tax refund? Buy everything Drunk Elephant makes. Actually, never mind. No tax refund is that big. Hey, Smarty Pants! Tax day just passed us by and hopefully you got a tax refund. So what are you going to do with that tax refund? Let's talk. I'm not your financial coach. I don't know you or your situation, so take everything I'm going to say as general suggestions for informational and educational purposes only. So you don't waste your refund on something you regret. If you think of your tax refund as fun money, and a lot of people do, I want to tell you about a little secret of human psychology called mental accounting. So follow me here. Jenny walks into a casino with $10. She is a blackjack baller, and soon enough she actually turns the $10 into $1,000. But then Lady Luck is against her. She loses all of the money. Okay, she walks out of the casino thinking, well, that was fun while it lasted. I lost $10. Oh well, that's fine. The thing is, she didn't lose $10. She lost $1,000. Like by definition, she had $1,000. And then she didn't have $1,000. She lost $1,000. But it doesn't feel that way because of mental accounting. If she was to log onto her bank account and find that somebody had taken out $1,000, she'd be on the phone with the bank and the police within 5 minutes of finding that out. She would be freaking out. In both situations, she lost $1,000, but only in one does it really sink in what a big deal this is. So learn from Jenny's fail. This is something all people do. We can't think of money as being in separate pots when we get it. It's all money that we have. And the money you're getting from your tax refund is literally the money that should have been going into your bank account all last year. So let's get down to business. What should you do with your tax refund? First off, most people don't think about this, but you don't have to put all your tax refund towards one thing. Split it up between a few different things. Now, obviously, some items are going to take priority based on your life and your situation, your needs, etc. So think of all of the items I'm going to tell you as like one slice of your tax refund pie. And it can be a pizza pie if you're in a savory mood. Top priority number 1, to no one's surprise, fill up that emergency fund. If you have any high interest debt, of course, so that's any credit card debt, any debt that's above 10% interest or so, you're probably better served by filling up your emergency fund to like $500 and then moving on to the high interest debt. I'll talk about that in a second. If you don't have high interest debt, I always suggest with my clients that they get their emergency fund anywhere from a quarter to a half a year's take-home income. That's going to take years. I don't expect you to put all of your tax refund into this one thing. Remember, slices. So you're going to decide how much you will put in to your emergency fund. My name is Kate Moody, creator of the Savings Free Budget, here to help you outsmart your money. I help independent women secure their financial future, stop worrying, and enjoy their life without shame or judgment. If that sounds good to you, be sure to subscribe. Second priority, pay down high interest debt. Ultimately, between saving money and then paying down credit cards versus saving a little bit of money, paying down credit cards, and then saving money again, you have a lot more money in your pocket if you focus on getting rid of the high interest debt, because that's how expensive the high interest debt is. It's like if you have enough money for 5 gallons of gas and you own 2 cars, one is a gas guzzler, the other is a hybrid, you're going to fill up the hybrid because you know that car will take you far further on 5 gallons rather than the gas guzzler. That's what's going on here. Putting your money towards high interest debt will take you much further than putting it into savings right now for the most part for most people. I'm defining high interest debt as anything 10% or over. Now, what you pay down first is up to you. Some people love the snowball method, some people love the avalanche method. I have my own debt sniper method. If there was one mathematically correct way to pay down debt all the time, that's what financial advisors would recommend. But there isn't. What I can tell you, what is true, is that you always want to focus your money on one debt at a time. Put any extra money you have towards that one debt, and then when that one debt is paid off, roll over the full amount that you were paying towards that debt into the next debt. Third, give some money to future you, that is, save for retirement. If you can have a Roth IRA, it's probably a great idea to pump up your Roth IRA. If you can't have a Roth, maybe a regular IRA. If you got a big refund and you're not maxing out your at-work retirement, you may want to talk to HR about adjusting your withholding so that you're putting more towards your at-work retirement. Now, this will affect how much you get next year, so if you're the kind of person who loves to get a big refund check, that might not be the best option for you. So keep that in mind. Fourth, save for overflow events. I believe everyone should have a sub-savings account for what I call overflow events. Like, that's that stuff, it's not an emergency, but like it just kind of blows up your budget. And you don't want to dip into your emergency funds for it, but like, you gotta pay for it. It's when your routine car maintenance ends up costing like $300 more than you thought it was going to. It's when you get a new job and after, a couple of years of COVID, none of your work clothes fit anymore. So you got to go out and buy more work clothes. Those are what your overflow sub-savings account is for. And I recommend trying to get that account to like $1,000. Fifth, put some money aside for goals. Put money into sub-savings accounts again and name them after the thing you're saving for with a date. Tokyo trip 2026, hybrid car 2024, applied arts furniture building program 2025. Anything that'll happen in the next 5 years or so you can't risk the money in the stock market, buying a home, buying a car, kids, education, all that kind of stuff. Put the money away in a sub-savings account. 6, everyone should have some fun. Go buy lots of houseplants, take some friends out to dinner, go buy a Drunk Elephant moisturizer, do whatever you want. The reason I'm insistent that no matter what your refund was, no matter what your situation was, have some fun with this money is because if you don't have any fun with your money, if you only put it into savings and paying off debt, you are training yourself to dislike being responsible with your money and denying yourself fun. So in general, if you have credit card debt, then spend up to 5% of it just on whatever, anything you want. If you have no credit card debt, you are putting away for retirement and savings, then bump that up from like 5 to 15% of your refund. Go have fun, do whatever. If you are a gold star personal finance wunderkind and your emergency savings is totally full and you're maxing out your retirement and you have no credit card debt, feel free to use up to a third. How much you use will depend on your savings and your goals. What's the point of money if you don't enjoy it? Lastly, and with precaution, invest. If you have a fully funded emergency fund, are maxing out your retirement, have no credit card or high interest debt, and are saving for other goals and have overflow money, you're probably a good candidate for getting into investments. You can work with a robo-advisor or talk with a certified financial planner, a CFP. See my video on how to find a good one. Those are my thoughts on what to do with a refund. You'll notice I didn't mention anything about paying off low interest debt. That's because I've run the numbers and it's usually better to invest your money than to pay off low interest debt, but you do you. Your situation is different. I don't know what it is. If you really want to get rid of that low interest debt, do it. Awesome. I am behind you on that. But speak with a CFP to find out what is best for you. If you want some quick actions to save more, stress less, and get control of your money, check out my 24 easy money moves in the description. Thanks for watching. Cheers.